A very good afternoon to one and all. I'm Gautam Sodhi and I welcome you all on the Facebook Live of SportsWiki. Like always, I'm joined by Tahir Ibn Manzoor and Akhil Gupta, and we three have a big topic in front of us. It is the day 4 of the second test match between England and India, which has been played at the Mecca of cricket at Lord's. Now, speaking of this test match, the scenario has changed completely after Chris Woakes, the England all-rounder, had struck his maiden test run, sitting at 120 unbeaten along with Sam Curran. England is 357 for 6 on the board at stumps on day 3, and what they have got a lead of 250 runs in front of us. Would they be piling up more runs on the board? When they would be discussing, I think I have both these experts to talk about this. I would like to start with this, Tahir. A brilliant 100 from Chris Woakes after what he bowled in the first innings, got rid of Virat Kohli, bowled a superb delivery, and now he has a 100 to his name. I think he's been doing justice to his selection in this test side.
See, he has been brilliant in the bowling department. If we talk about his potential, we have already seen him bowling well, and on the other side has come as a player who can just anchor the innings as well in later down the order. So he did his perfect perfect role in this test match, in particular while scoring his maiden century at Lord's, which is a great achievement for such an all-rounder who has somewhat delivered brilliantly in the domestic format and then emerged as a top contender in the international level. So he is living up to the expectations, and on the other side we already seen he has replaced Ben Stokes, who has been such a star for England throughout these years, but particularly if we have a look at Chris Woakes, he has somewhat emerged as a remarkable all-rounder for England for the years to come.
Well, Chris Woakes certainly emerged as one of the all-rounders to look at for England in the absence of Ben Stokes. We all had thought that England would miss his services dearly, but I think Chris Woakes didn't really allow this to happen. He took crucial wickets in the first innings, helped England wrap up India's first innings of 107 in just 35.2 overs, and later when it came to batting, he's 120 not out, sitting at the crease right now. Now, speaking of day 4, Akhil, what is more important right now is weather. अगर मैं सिर्फ weather की बात करूं तो बारिश आती है नहीं आती. इंडिया की बारी में पहला दिन पूरी बारिश रही, दूसरे दिन बारिश आई गई, इंडिया की पूरी इनिंग्स आउट हुई. कल का दिन काफी साफ था, इंग्लैंड ने पूरा कैपिटलाइज करा, रन बनाए, 357 ऑन द बोर्ड है, 250 की लीड है. आज बारिश कितना रोल अदा कर सकती है अपना?
मौसम से कैसा भी रहने वाला हो, लेकिन इंडियन टीम का जो मौसम है ना, वो बिगड़ा हुआ मुझे नजर आ रहा है. ना बल्लेबाजी सुधर रही है, ना गेंदबाजी में कुछ खास इंप्रूवमेंट देखने को मिला है इस टेस्ट मैच में. तो मौसम चाहे आज बारिश हो या ना हो, इंडियन टीम की बैटिंग का मौसम कैसा रहता है, इंडियन टीम की बॉलिंग का मौसम कैसा रहता है, उस पर हमको ज़्यादा सवाल करनी चाहिए.
अखिल, आपने बात करी कि इंडियन टीम का मौसम इस टाइम खराब है. इंग्लैंड के पास 250 रन की लीड है. बारिश कब होती है कब नहीं होती है किसी के हाथ में नहीं है, बट जब इंग्लैंड पहले सेशन में बैटिंग करने आएगा, कितना आपको लगता है कि वो लीड पाइल अप करेगा और कितने की जरूरत है? क्या इंडियन बॉलर्स उनको ऑल आउट कर सकते हैं या एक ऐसी नौबत आएगी कि इंग्लैंड को डिक्लेयर करना पड़ेगा?
नहीं रहते हैं, क्रिस वोक्स से सैम करन को और वो जल्दी नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो इंग्लैंड की जो टीम है वो यही चाहेगी कि मैनेजमेंट यही चाहेगा कि एटलीस्ट 350 या 380 तक वो लीड को लेके जाए, ताकि इंडियन टीम पे प्रेशर बनाया जा सके. सेकंड इनिंग में जब इंडिया बल्लेबाजी करने आए, बैटिंग करने आए, तो उनको जल्द से जल्द जो है वो उसी लीड के भीतर समेटा जाए, ताकि मैच जो है वो इंग्लैंड एक पारी और कुछ रन के अंतराल से जीतने में सफल रहे.
Akhil,
if we talk about Indian bowling department, that has somewhat done well in this test so far, but why they lacked the trick when England were almost 104 down, they could have just come hard against a side which has been strong and dominant so far, but they could have delivered better than this.
Well, surely the Indian team, they could have delivered a lot better than what they had produced so far in the second test match against England at Lord's. In the first innings, they got all out on 107 runs. While, in the second inning, they have conceded a lot many runs. And from this very position, after rain had marred the first day of this Lord's test match, it is slightly impossible for Team India to make a comeback and even think of a win. The forward stalwarts of Indian team, VVS Lakshman and Harbhajan Singh, were among the opinion that the only option India would be left with, apart from losing, is the draw, and I think they would be going for this. We all know that what intent Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri have in their mind. They do think about going for the win, but I think situations are quite different as of now. Whether would come and play a role in this test match as well, and how would things shape up, well, time would only tell. This is the 4th day of the second test match between England and India. It has been played at Lord's. I would want all my viewers to please put up questions. I have Tahir and Akhil over here to answer them. You all must be having a few doubts in your mind. And for those who have asked me one question, Rizwan, you have asked me what time match would start. Rizwan, as per the recent report, the weather is fine, as Akhil had mentioned. So I think the match would start at the ideal time of 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and then we can see both the teams plying their trade at the Mecca of cricket. अखिल, अब मैं अगर इंग्लैंड की बॉलिंग की बात करता हूं, आपसे मैंने बैटिंग की बात करी, 380 अब कहते हैं कि शायद एक ऐप टोटल होगा. इंडिया की बैटिंग आती है 3 इनिंग्स में. विराट कोहली का अगर प्रदर्शन मैं पहले टेस्ट मैच में निकाल दूं तो बहुत ही खराब रहा है. कितनी उम्मीद है कि हम 4 सेशन या 5 सेशन, जितने भी सेशन हमें बैटिंग करने को मिलती है, हम खेल सकते हैं? जीत के लिए नहीं, शायद ड्रॉ के लिए जा सकते हैं.
ऑब्वियसली गौतम, जीत का जो ऑप्शन था वो तो इंडिया के लिए बंद ही हो चुका है. जीत के जो दरवाजे थे भारतीय टीम के लिए बंद है. यहाँ पे एक ही ऑप्शन खुला रहता है, जैसे हरभजन सिंह और वीवीएस लक्ष्मण ने भी बखूबी अपने बयान में कहा कि इंडियन टीम यहाँ से जीत नहीं सकती, सिर्फ ड्रॉ करा सकती है मैच. और ड्रॉ कराने के लिए आपको सिर्फ विराट कोहली के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं रहना पड़ेगा. आपके जो सलामी बल्लेबाज हैं केएल राहुल और मुरली विजय, चेतेश्वर पुजारा जो नंबर 3 खेलते हैं, इन तीनों खिलाड़ियों के ऊपर पारी कहीं ना कहीं ज़्यादा वो रहेगी. इन तीनों के ऊपर जिम्मेदारी बहुत रहेगी कि साझेदारियाँ बनाएं, लंबी साझेदारियाँ करें, ताकि विराट कोहली के ऊपर से प्रेशर हट जाए. और अगर ऊपर के 3 खिलाड़ी साझेदारियाँ बना के देते हैं तो निश्चित तौर पर विराट कोहली पे इनिंग कप्तान अजिंक्य रहाणे, हार्दिक पांड्या, आज फिर दिनेश कार्तिक जैसे बल्लेबाजों के ऊपर से भी दबाव जो है वो हट जाएगा. अगर स्टार्टिंग में ही आपके विकेट गिर जाते हैं तो विराट कोहली हो या कोई भी हो, फिर इतना अच्छे से प्रेशर झेल नहीं पाते हैं, जो कि हमने एडवर्सन में भी देखा, लॉर्ड्स की पहली पारी में भी देखा. तो यहाँ पे यही रहेगा कि आपको 4 सेशन खेलने को मिले या 5 मिले या 3 मिले, जितने भी मिले, ऊपरी बल्लेबाजों को यहाँ पे साझेदारी बनानी होगी, तभी आप ये मैच ड्रॉ करा सकते हैं.
Well, very well pointed out by Akhil right now. He says that it is more important for the top order of Indian team to stand up right now, to just consume as many balls as possible. There is no need to go for the rush. There is no need for runs to get under your belt. It's time to try and save the match for you. Apart from that, and I think win should be out of consideration from Team India. And Tahir, if I talk about the thinking about going for the win right now, I don't think so that would be an ideal option, but because situations are not under your control, you have been on the back foot. There is a deficit of 250 runs to cover, which would only increase by the time match starts. So I think Indian team, they would be shuffling with their thoughts as of now.
See, they would be definitely focusing on the draw. Nothing else. Like if you talk about the win, it is a huge task for Team India. They have the momentous task to do. But if we talk about, they have the 2 days and they have to give their best. Not in the bowling department in the first session of this morning, but they have to deliver in the batting department as well, which has been worrying sign so far in this series. We have already seen in the Edgbaston test, bearing Virat Kohli, the batsmen literally failed on the surface where they could have delivered better. But if we talk about Lord's test, there were overcast conditions and it was difficult to bat on, but they could have somewhat delivered better than that. But if we talk about the test, winning this test match in particular, it would be definitely a miracle if India would win this. But if we talk about Virat Kohli himself, he would be thinking about draw, nothing else.
Well, Tahir, ideally, we shouldn't be putting the responsibility on the shoulders of alone Virat Kohli. It would be impossible for a certain player to, inspire his side to a miraculous win. I don't know whether this would happen or not, time would only tell. But as of now, Indian team, they need to keep a cautious approach in front of them. They need to pick England wicket as soon as possible before the end of first session. And they need to think that if we have a deficit of 300 runs to cover, we can do it within 5 sessions as well. There is no need to go for the runs. There's no need for the rush. Keep your wickets, try and leave as many balls as possible, and just try and go for the draw, because winning from here would be a miracle. And cricket, you don't really see miracles happening every day. अखिल, अभी क्रिस वोक्स और सैम करन बैटिंग पे हैं. सैम करन ने पिछले मैच में क्या करा था, 20 साल के हैं, 64 रन सेकंड इनिंग्स में बनाए थे. इंग्लैंड को शायद उन्हीं की पारी ने एक मैच जितवाया था. कितना अहम हो जाता है ऐसे ऑलराउंडर्स का टीम में आना, उनका प्रदर्शन इस मुकाम पे दिखाना और इतनी बड़ी टीम के साथ दिखाना, एक नाम बनाना और एक ऑपोजिशन को अंडर प्रेशर कर देना.
ऑब्वियसली 1001वां टेस्ट मैच आज इंग्लैंड खेल रहा है अपना. पहले टेस्ट मैच की अगर मैं बात करूं तो सैम करन के 64-65 रन जो बनाए थे दूसरी पारी में, पूरे मैच का अंतर उस इनिंग ने पैदा किया था. और जिस तरह से अगर मैं इस मैच की बात करूँ, क्रिस वोक्स ने जिस तरह से 100 लगाया है, 120 पे नॉट आउट खेल रहे हैं, पूरे मैच का एक तरह से रुख मोड़ दिया है क्रिस वोक्स की पारी ने। अगर मैं देखूँ तो 28 पे एक गिरा इंग्लैंड का, 32 पे दूसरा विकेट गिरा, 77 पे तीसरा विकेट गिरा। छोटी सी साझेदारी होगी, ठीक है साझेदारियाँ होती हैं, लेकिन उसके बाद 89 पे चौथा विकेट गिरा, 131 पे पाँचवा विकेट गिरा, 131 पे आपकी आधी टीम आपने इंग्लैंड की बाहर भेज दी है। उसके बाद 190 की पार्टनरशिप होती है जो पूरे खेल को बदल के रख देती है। उसमें क्रिस वोक्स का कितना बड़ा हाथ है, ये वाकई में बहुत बड़ी ताकत, बहुत शानदार पारी उन्होंने खेली है। और अगर मैं बेन स्टोक्स की बात करूँ तो उनका जो केस चल रहा है, अगर वो शायद ना चल रहा होता तो शायद वो इस मैच में खेलते। तो लक कितना बड़ा रोल अदा करता है किसी प्लेयर के साथ, वो इस मैच में हमको देखने को मिला।
Tahir, I have one question for you. I read Harshab Bogle's tweet yesterday. He says that you cannot just credit the weather for swing bowling, for putting up a good bowling performance on the board. On one hand, we have all-rounders like Ben Stokes, Sam Curran and Chris Wokes who have performed brilliantly so far for England. On the other side, what we have? Ravichandran Ashwin, Hardik Pandya, who could barely perform in the first test match, who are barely performing in the Lord's test match. For how long can we put the responsibility on their shoulder and expect things to come out of that?
See, if we talk about the Indian lineup, particularly they have lacked one bowler, man bowler. If we talk about, we have already seen Umesh Yadav who has faltered in between, and Ishant Sharma has been wavered. In fact, he picked the wickets in between, but other than that, he has been a pale shadow in the bowling department. But if you talk about all-round, talking about the particular all-round like Ravichandran Ashwin, who has in fact centuries in the domestic class cricket, but if you talk about this international setup, it asks for a big time, and you could just crumble down under pressure. But you have to win those moments that can play a crucial role. But Team India in particular need to take leap out of what Ben Stokes did for England in the first test, and what Chris Wokes in particular did at Lord's by scoring a magnificent 100.
गौतम, और ऑलराउंडर का किरदार से फील नहीं हो जाता कि आप एक ऑलराउंडर के लहजे से टीम में खेल रहे हैं। एक पारी में आपने 30 या अधिक रन बना दिए, 50 बना दी, सेंचुरी बना दी, और एक पारी में आपने 2 या 4 विकेट ले लिए हैं। वो एक ऑलराउंडर का रोल नहीं होता। ऑलराउंडर का किरदार होता है कि आपको मैच दर मैच ऑलराउंडर परफॉर्मेंस देनी पड़ती है, बल्ले से भी रोल देना पड़ता है, गेम से भी आपको चमकना पड़ता है। हार्दिक पांड्या के केस में ऐसा नजर नहीं आता है, क्योंकि 93 केपटाउन में थे, उसके बाद बल्ले से कुछ खास नहीं किया है, गेंद से तो उन्होंने लंबे समय से कुछ खास नहीं किया है। कल उन्होंने विकेट ली, 58 ओवर के बाद उन्होंने कोई पहली विकेट ली थी कल टेस्ट क्रिकेट में। और अगर मैं अश्विन की बात करता हूँ यहाँ पे, तो अश्विन का फिर भी कंसिस्टेंट परफॉर्मेंस देखने को मिलता है, चाहे वो इंडिया में खेले या आउट ऑफ एशिया खेले। ऑलराउंडर के तौर पे हमेशा रविचंद्रन अश्विन ने प्रूव करके दिखाया है। तो यहाँ पे अगर आप नंबर 1 टीम के साथ खेलते हैं, जो रैंक में नंबर 1 साइड है, उसके बाद हार्दिक पांड्या इस तरह का परफॉर्मेंस करते हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं सही बात नजर नहीं आती।
अकेला आपने अपने ऑलराउंडर्स की बात करी, हार्दिक पांड्या ने 98 ओवर्स के बाद एक विकेट ली है। आप उनको एज अ वन ड्रॉप बॉलर यूज करते हैं, कितना जरूरी हो जाता है यहाँ पे बॉलिंग कोच का एक रोल, उनको टीम में आना, उनको उस प्लेयर को कॉन्फिडेंस देना, विराट कोहली का उस प्लेयर के पास जाना और बोलना कि आप सीखो, आप वो वीडियोस देखो जो पहले हुई, आप ऐसी गेंदबाजी कराओ, आप में पोटेंशियल है, आपकी बात हर कोई कर रहा है, बट आपको डिलीवर करना पड़ेगा।
बेशक कल हार्दिक पांड्या ने खुद अपने स्टेटमेंट में कहा है कि हम 2 सीमर्स के साथ गए थे, ईशांत शर्मा, मोहम्मद शमी, और तीसरा पेसर मैं था। वो जिस तरह की उनकी परफॉर्मेंस रही है वो वाकई में अच्छी नहीं रही है। यहाँ पे जो हमारे गेंदबाज कोच हैं भरत अरुण और विराट कोहली, उनको डिस्कस करना चाहिए हार्दिक पांड्या के साथ कि आपकी गलतियाँ यहाँ पे हो रही हैं, आप यहाँ पे विकेट नहीं ले पा रहे हैं, आपकी लाइन और लेंथ सही नहीं है, उनको डिस्कस करना चाहिए। रवि शास्त्री को इस मैटर में आना चाहिए, क्योंकि एक युवा खिलाड़ी को आप जितना बताएंगे उसका करियर, उसका खेल उतना ज़्यादा सुधरेगा। तो यहाँ पे वो चीज़ नज़र नहीं आ रही है। एक बैटिंग के तौर पर वो इतना कुछ सफल नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, इतना डिलीवर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, ना एक गेंदबाज के तौर पर वो टीम को डिलीवर कर पा रहे हैं। अगर आने वाले टेस्ट मैच में आप हार्दिक पांड्या के साथ अंतिम 11 में जाते हैं, तो या तो आपको उनको जस्टिफाई करना होगा कि आपका रोल टीम में ये है, आप एक पिंच हिटर के रुतबे के लिए, या फिर अगर आपको गेंदबाजी मिलती है तो आप विकेट निकाल के दें। जब तक आप उनसे बात नहीं करेंगे तो शायद मुझे कुछ सुधार की जो गुंजाइश है वो नज़र नहीं आ रही है।
Well, this has to get addressed. You know, this is something that which has been worrying the team India for a while now. The role of all-rounders into the side. You know, we have seen in the past as well, as Akhil had mentioned, that Ravichandran Ashwin, he had delivered goods to a small extent, but that is not enough for Team India to push for a win. And the role of Hardik Pandya becomes very much beneficial or crucial, I would rather say, for Team India at this moment. I think he needs to take the responsibility from both bat and ball, and really needs to hope that he is delivering before he should face any kind of axe from the test side. Tahir, Virat Kohli at toss said it appears to be a dry wicket. You know, the rain had marred the first day, there was cloud all over, the surface was damp, and it was, you know, swing and seam was written on the surface. Maybe because of any of the assessment the team management must have made, they had included Kuldeep Yadav into the 11. Kuldeep didn't really bowl many overs yesterday. couldn't find a way to pick wickets, and India, depending a lot on his shoulders to deliver, has been on the receiving end.
See, if we talk about the pitch condition, we already seen the sun has baked down the surface at this particular venue. If you talk about the heat wave that has been in news, that has grabbed the headlines, and many were talking about the blessing in disguise for India, but it didn't happen. The rain gods did it for England this time around. But on the other side, if you talk about having such an youngster who has somewhat left an impact in the limited overs cricket, he has picked wickets, he has been tremendous at home conditions, but this is the overseas. These are the overseas conditions. You need to go well. You need to stick to your variations as well. If you talk about the pressure, that has to be there. But having such a youngster in the side, the captain has been backing him at the early on. So if we talk about Kuldeep Yadav, he has somewhat have to deliver his team for good. If we talk about England batting lineup, that has been struggling against spinners. So in between, they could just create the pressure on the English lineup. In this, if we talk about in general, having the third, fourth, and fifth test. Other than that, they need to stick to the plans.
Sir, you says it is important to stick to the plans. I won't really say that it is we shall put blame on Kuldeep Yadav or perhaps the pitch. Michael Atherton yesterday said that India could lose this game off the field and not on the field. By this, he meant perhaps about the team management, the team selection, how important it becomes to pick the right players for the right conditions, and if you're not able to get these things done, who would come and tell you?
There will be no one. You have the team management, you have the coach there who's monitoring all these things, and he needs to give his best like he has been delivering. We already seen Comble before doing that for India. And if you talk about Team India, that has somewhat done well in the overseas conditions in particular. If you talk about South Africa Test Series, they made a strong comeback. They made a statement like they have been struggling in the overseas conditions. But if you talk about their batting department, that has been dominant overall. But there comes these things about the selection that plays the crucial role. We already seen Akhil has rightly pointed out Ben Stokes, that didn't have been a worrying sign for the home side, like having the Chris Woakes and able all-rounder who can bowl and who can score runs. He has played a crucial role for his side. But if you talk about the management of Team India, we already seen them making some particular. If you talk about tinkering with the side, that has been somewhat a psychological factor for the team as well as the team management. So they need to look around it and they need to give their best if they want to make most out of this series, because they have 3 tests left after this. So they need to come with something that can just prove that they are likely like having the dominance over the test cricket other teams. So they have been playing according to the potential.
Well, Indian team is number 1 on the chart. They haven't really played as a number 1 side on the field. There has been a lot of tinkering with the playing 11 of the past couple of years as well. As per record, 37 test match Virat Kohli had captain for Team India, and he has not played a single playing 11 into the next game. So it clearly shows that there has been a bit of instability when it comes to picking up the best 11 for Team India in any of those conditions. India, they had done quite well in their home conditions. They have been successful in subcontinent as well. But when it comes down to tours like South Africa, England, or perhaps Australia later this year, there is when we suffer, there is when we are on the receiving end, and there is what we really need to address. अखिल, इससे पहले कि हमारी डिस्कशन खत्म हो, 11 की हमने बात करी, टीम सिलेक्शन की हमने बात करी, परफॉर्मेंस की हमने बात करी. इन तीनों का एक साथ क्लिक करना कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है?
बिल्कुल एक टेस्ट मैच एक टीम और जब खेल रही है तो आप किसी एक बंदे पे डिपेंड नहीं रह सकते. आप हमेशा विराट कोहली पे या गेंदबाजी में अश्विन या शमी पे डिपेंड नहीं रह सकते कि वो उनको विकेट निकाल के देंगे और मैच जीत जाएंगे. विराट कोहली उनको सेंचुरी लगा के देंगे और मैच जीत जाएंगे. जब आप एक 11 खिलाड़ी के तौर पे मैदान पर उतरते हैं तो पूरी टीम की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है कि वो परफॉर्म करे. लेकिन इस टीम में वो बिखरा नजर आता है. वनडे T20 की अगर हम बात करें तो हमारी पूरी टीम डिलीवर करती है, अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस करती है. लेकिन टेस्ट के मामले में हम जब भी एशिया से बाहर खेलते हैं, सिर्फ एक आध खिलाड़ी की टीम हमेशा डिपेंड होती नजर आती है. पहले के टाइम पे सचिन या द्रविड़ पे निर्भर होती थी, गेंदबाजी में नजरीन खान अच्छा करते थे. अब के टाइम पे विराट कोहली पे वो किरदार नजर आता है. विराट कोहली वो किरदार को निभाते हैं. आप मोटी पीछे इतना अनुभव है, 2008 से खेल रहे हैं, 10 साल हो गए अंतर्राष्ट्रीय क्रिकेट खेलते हुए, एशिया के बाहर इतने दौरे किए हैं. अनुभव वो नज़र नहीं आ रहा है कि लोकेश राहुल है, उनको भी 7-8 साल हो चुके हैं, 5-6 साल तो हो चुके हैं अंतर्राष्ट्रीय क्रिकेट देखते हैं, विदेशी दौरे कर चुके हैं. वो अनुभव वो नज़र नहीं आ रहा है. चेतेश्वर बल्लेबाजी की बात तो ईशांत शर्मा इस टीम के पेस अटैक को लीड करते हैं, लेकिन कुछ खास अभी तक परफॉर्मेंस नहीं है। 84 टेस्ट मैच में 245 विकेट उनके खाते में कुल है। तो मैं आशा करता हूँ कि ईशांत शर्मा जो है वो अपना अच्छा दें, 100% दें, 100% दें। 100 भी नहीं तो एटलीस्ट 80-85% भी अगर वो भी अपना एफर्ट देंगे टीम को, तो शायद टीम की जीत में एक बड़ी भूमिका निभाएंगे।
Well, we have a lot many questions to answer as well. Team India, on the other hand, they have a lot many questions to answer as well. Akhil says that there has been experience on the paper. Ishant Sharma has played over 70 test matches, has got nearly 250 wickets. He's been playing for 10 years now. Murli Vijay has been playing for 10 years now. They have been to overseas tour for more than a couple of times. So that is where, you know, the experience really comes into play. And if these senior players are not able to shoulder the responsibility, the pressure would anyway be back on the youngsters, and we have seen them falling apart in this test series as well. We shall not forget this is only the second test match of the 5-match test series. 3 matches will follow after this. Before we end up this, I would like to ask one big question to both of you. I'm not considering Tahir Rain right now. Let's put that aside. India's performance has been miserable. England have been too good on the other hand. How many runs do you think England can put on the board? And if yes, can India has got the potential or perhaps the character to save the day for themselves or not?
Well, we can't write off India. If we talk about their batting department in particular, that has been somewhat doing well. If we talk about home conditions early on, but this is a different story. You're playing in different conditions where a ball does the talk, so it would be definitely a huge task on the shoulders of the batsmen, but they have the capability to come good on this surface in particular. If we take out the overcast conditions and the sun has been out, it has somewhat been easy for the batsmen. Not that easy, but bit easy to bat on. But if we talk about the bowling lineup, they need to come good in the first session, otherwise it would be curtains for them. So far England have 250 run lead, and they can extend it easily up to 350 as well, because they don't have any pressure. They can just go with the flow and score runs as quickly as possible. But on the other side, Indian bowlers need to stick to the plan. They need to come hard because they are already down and out so far.
Well, Indian team, they have been down and out so far. They have a deficit of 250 runs as of now to cover up. England would be piling up runs on the board. How much they would be putting? 300, 350, 380. Would India be able to get the remaining 4 wickets within the first session and just try and put pressure back on the England afterwards? अखिल, इस सवाल का आप जरूर जवाब दें और बताएं कि कितनी उम्मीद है हमारे पास इंग्लैंड को जल्दी आउट करने की और यहाँ से जीतने की बात तो मैं नहीं करूंगा, अपने लिए मैच बचाने की।
2014 की अगर मैं बात करूं तो ईशांत शर्मा के 7 विकेट याद आते हैं। 74 का बेस्ट था। तब उन्होंने कहा, एक स्टेटमेंट दिया था कि 7 विकेट मेरे नहीं है, ये मेरे कप्तान महेंद्र सिंह धोनी के हैं, क्योंकि उन्होंने कहा था कि अपनी लंबाई का फायदा उठाओ, जितनी बाउंसर्स डाल सकते हो उतनी डालो, उतनी स्पिन कराओ। अब वो उन चीज़ों को याद क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं? 4 साल पुरानी बात, इतनी पुरानी बात भी नहीं है कि वो चीज़ भूल गए होंगे। अभी भी उतने ही लंबे हैं जितने लंबे 4 साल पहले। बेशक अभी भी बाउंसर्स डाल सकते हैं, अब तो अनुभव और बढ़ गया है बल्कि, तो उस चीज़ को क्यों नहीं यूज़ कर रहे हैं? इतना अच्छा आपके कुदरत ने आपको इतनी अच्छी चीज़ दी है, इंडियन टीम के बॉलिंग अटैक को आप लीड कर रहे हो, इतनी बड़ी उपलब्धि आपके नाम के आगे जुड़ी हुई है, तो पूरा दमखम आप क्यों नहीं दिखा रहे हैं? मैं ईशांत शर्मा से कहूँगा कि आप अच्छी बॉलिंग करें स्टार्ट से, और 4 विकेट के जो बचे हुए हैं वो आपके खाते में जाए। आप इतनी अच्छी बॉलिंग करें और इंग्लैंड को 400 से पहले आप ऑल आउट करें।
Well, definitely I would like to thank both Tahir and Akhil for being with us on the Facebook Live of Sports Wiki. We were talking about the day 4 of the second test match between England and India. As far as the summary is concerned, India's first innings got wrapped up on 107. It was on day 2 when the Indian team got all out in 35.2 overs. Talking of the England team, they have 357 runs on the board. They have a lead of 250 runs, pardon me, and they would be putting up more runs on the board. Akhil says that it has all boiled down for the experience to come into play, and Ishant Sharma, as he did his heroics in the 2014 Lord's Test match, he needs to deliver the same goods as of now, just to make sure that the lead is not getting extended to a large number. 300 would be more than enough for England to stamp their authority into this game, and we all can hope that well, India team, they produce a better performance on day 4. Thank you to both of them. The match would be starting in a very short while from now. 3:30 IST is the time when the play would begin on day 4, and we can hope of both the teams putting up their 100% on the field. For all the updates regarding India-England series, tune to Sports Wiki, and we would keep updating you regarding the same. As of now, thank you all for joining the Facebook Live of Sports Wiki.